Hail, hail to England. Hail, hail to England. So hi there guys, hail from Romania. I salute you, all the man warriors. They're watching my video. It's my first video entirely in English, so you know, um, if I do some mistakes or something in speaking, my English, if it's my English is bad, get a grip on me, guys. Go easy on me because it's my first one. So I want to thank you, the administrators, the guys that not own, but made the page, the Facebook group with Manowar fans. I, appreciate it. I appreciate for letting me in and joining your group. There are a lot of fans there. I already posted, like 3 or 4 posts, and there are a lot of thumbs up and hearts and a lot of people engaging with my posts, and I like it a lot. So my name is Alexandru, Arnăutu. It's my name, and my nickname is Vraciu, but you can call me Alex, Alexander the Great, like in the song. So I'm an actor, I'm a comedian. I do stand-up comedy here in Romania, a lot of impressions. I also sing heavy metal. I have a band, and if you care to check me out, you can check on my videos on my channel, YouTube channel, Alexandru Arnăutu Vraciu. I got a lot of impressions of actors that I love, and songs, covers, Judas Priest and Maiden, Manowar and Van Halen, AC/DC and all that good stuff. So today we'll talk, I'll talk, and you'll comment below, because yes, I'm very curious, what is your point of view on Manowar's top, not top, but on Manowar's albums, because there are 11 albums and I made a top, starting with my favorite album and ending at the bottom of my my list with my least favorite album. Not the weakest, I do not consider it a weak album. Manowar doesn't have albums that are weak or poor in songs and message and everything. Not weak, but my least favorite, And I'm wondering, what are your favorite albums? What is your top 11 albums from Manowar? So Manowar is, for those that do not listen that much to this band, is a band from America. They started up in 1980 alongside Maiden, same period of time. They're a heavy metal band, a power metal band. They grew up a lot in the last couple of decades. Since 1996, they developed a more how should I say it, more powerful sound in the as the production, in this point of view. They're much bigger as in the sound of the album, and in the songs they created. But I think that the first albums are the classic ones, the better ones, the ones with Ross the Boss on guitar. The sound is a little bit on the high-pitched sound. The bass of Joey DeMaio, it's excellent. Eric Adams' voice, I consider Eric Adams one of the great singers of all time of heavy metal. He has a lot of emotion in his voice, a lot of he's like a savage, but I'll speak to you. I'll tell you my opinion on his voice on the particular album, where he's very like a savage, like an animal. It's very raw, his voice on that particular album. So let's get started. I was my first album was The Triumph of Steel, and I was introduced to Manowar through my good buddy of mine, Razvan, when I was like 13 or 14 years old, a lot of time ago, 2000 2003, I guess. The Triumph of Steel was the first album I heard, and as soon as I heard the first song, Achilles' Ecstasy in Agony in 8 parts, I was blown away, and since then I admire their music and love them, like them a lot. You know, they put the Trojan War on music. It's epic. So let's talk about the albums now and the my top 11 albums. Manowar. So number 11, my least favorite, is Gods of War from 2007. It's a good album, sounds good. I like on this album my favorite songs are Lucky, God of Fire, and Gods of War. It's a good album, Blood Brothers again, but it's filled with all these overtures. Overture to the Hymn of the Immortal Warriors, overture to Odin. They're cool, but you know, it's kind of, I miss the music more, the heaviness, you know, the guitars and the big songs, the epic songs. I miss them on this album because it's like I said, it's full with there are a lot of overtures, you know, and songs that are instrumental and opera and all that stuff. And now it's my least favorite Manowar album, Gods of War 2007. On the number 10, the Lord of Steel, the latest album, 2012 from Manowar. A lot of you guys wrote on the group, the Manowar fan group, that this album has a bad production. I think it sounds very good. It sounds okay. And this is what I was talking about in the beginning of my video. Like the sound of Manowar that grew up, and it's more robust, it's more big and like a chubby person right now, you know, the sound of guitars and the bass, compared to the first albums where they were more raw and animalic and how should I say, wild in the sound and very distorted, and you know, I like that. I like that in those earlier albums. So on the 10th place, the number 10, the Lord of Steel. From this album, I like the Man Warrior song, Born in the Grave, Expendable. I consider it was okay that Sly, or who made the Expendables 2 album, should have put this song as the soundtrack of the movie Expendable. El Gringo, my favorite track from this album, you know, one who stands tall never stands alone. Great quote. Annihilation, Hail, Kill and Die, The Kingdom of Steel, pure metal album. Number 10. Number 9 is their first album, Battle Hymns. You know, I used to like this album a lot, but in the last couple of weeks, since I've started to listen again to all the Manowar records, you know, he fell on this top. You know, it's on the number 9 as the position in my top. Battle Hymns from 1982. The great song on this album is Battle Hymns. Yeah, Battle Hymn, Dark Avenger with the actor and director Orson Welles, you know, narrating. Manowar, Shell Shock, Metal Days, Death Tone. Number 9, Battle Hymns. Number 8, Louder Than Hell, 1986, is the least, you know, the one that I listened to the least of the Manowar albums, this album. So Louder Than Hell on this album, the songs are great, are okay, decent, you know, songs. My favorite is Return of the Warlord and number 1, but you know, you have The Gods Made Heavy Metal, Brothers of Metal, King, Today's a Good Day to Die, My Spirit Lives On, and The Power as well. There's good songs on this album. But like I said, Louder Than Hell, it's number 8 on my top. Number 7, Warriors of the World, 2002. And here we have the Call to Arms song. Nessun Dorma sang very, very, very well and very Cool by Eric Adams. The Fight for Freedom Again, Fight for Freedom Again. Swords in the Wind, Warriors of the World United, and starting with this song, the bottom, the final part of the album is great. Hand of Doom, House of Death, and Fight Until We Die. Power album. Warriors of the World, number 7. Number 6, Into Glory Ride from 1983. Into Glory Ride, it's very raw, and the sound is awesome on this album. I love it because it's very, like I said before, it's very animalic, animality. Gloves of Metal, Secret of Steel, Warlord, Gates of Valhalla. It's an epic song. Gates of Valhalla is my favorite from this album. Revelation, Death's Angel, and March for Revenge by the Soldiers of Death. My favorite is Gates of Valhalla, Gloves of Metal, and Secret of Steel. Great album. Very good album from Manowar. On number 5, Sign of the Hammer, 1984. They had 2 albums released on that year, and number 5 is Sign of the Hammer. Great album, man. Great sound, the bass, everything. And this is the album where I said Eric Adams' voice is very savage, very wild, and powerful, and raw. Animals, All Men Play on 10, Thor the Powerhead, Mountains, another epic song. Sign of the Hammer, Sign of the Hammer is my time. Thunder Pick, the bass solo, and Guyana, I think I pronounced it okay. Guyana, something like that. Guyana, Diana. Diana, always reminds me of Wonder Woman, Diana, Guyana, great song. Cult of the Damned, love it. This album, it's really close to my heart in lately, very, like now this album, Sign of the Hammer, it's very close to my heart. And the next one, which is on the 4th, it's number 4 on my list, on my top 11 albums of Manowar, Hail to England, 1984. Awesome album. You have Blood of My Enemies, Each Dawn I Die, Kill with Power, Hail to England, Army of the Immortals, the hymn, the song for the Manowar fans. Bridge of Death, I love it. This song, I consider it is one of their best songs, Bridge of Death. So Hail to England, the 4th of July. It's number 4 for me. Number 3, Fighting the World. I have it on CD here. From this album, I like all the songs from this album. 1985, Fighting the World, Blow Your Speakers, Carry On, awesome tune. Violence and Bloodshed. Defender always puts hair on my chest when I listen to this song. Defender, with also Orson Welles narrating. Holy War, Master of Revenge, Black Wind, Fire and Steel, Manowar, great album. Fighting the World. Okay, my second favorite album from Manowar is The Triumph of Steel, and this album used to be my number 1 from them, but now it's the second favorite. The Triumph of Steel from 1992. They changed drummers on this album. It's Rhino, very good drummer and percussionist. David Schenkel on electric guitar, along Eric Adams and Joey DeMaio. Great album. And I love these Demon Women on Manowar albums. Very voluptuous and very sexy. You got it. Manowar, The Triumph of Steel. From this album, Metal Warriors, Achilles, Agony and Ecstasy in 8 parts. Ride the Dragon, Spirit Horse of the Cherokee, very good song. The Power of Thy Sword, Master of the Wind. Okay, so this is great album, great comeback from the band. And my favorite album is Kings of Metal, the album, the year I was born, 1988, a great year for metal, you know, King Diamond, Them, Iron Maiden, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, Injustice for All from Metallica, you know, you got this album, 1988, you name it, great year. Kings of Metal is my favorite album, you know, from the start and to finished. Wheels of Fire, Kings of Metal, Heart of Steel, super song, and I sang it. I have a cover, a video for this song. Crown and the Ring, Kingdom Come, Pleasure Slave, Hell and Kill, and Blood of the Kings. Superb. Manowar, Kings of Metal. It's my favorite album. So guys, thank you for watching this video. This is my top 11 albums, all the albums ranked from Manowar. I'm Alex once again. If you liked my video, please subscribe and touch the, you know, the notification button, the bell, and please check me out. Check my other videos, you know, with my impressions and my my covers, and hope to see you soon here. Let's once again, my top: Kings of Metal, the best album from Manowar, my favorite. Triumph of Steel, my second favorite album. My third, Fighting the World. My fourth is Hail to England. Number 5, Sign of the Hammer. On number 6, Into Glory Ride. Number 7, Warriors of the World. Number 8, Louder Than Hell. Number 9, Battle Hymns. Number 10, The Lord of Steel. And my least favorite, Gods of War. Thank you for watching, and come on, comment below and let me know what are your favorite Manowar albums. Until next time, hail and kill.